Donc la première question a à voir avec l'enseignement et comment introduire des éléments du 21e siècle dans mon enseignement, dans l'enseignement en classe. In 21st century education is about giving place to the student more than to the tradition. Let's first of all identify what is 21st century elements. I would say it's definitely video, it's definitely music, it's definitely design, and it's also a freedom to decide what kind of learner you are, you want to be, and how you learn. Having control and power over your over the way that you learn. So the way that I introduce elements of the 21st century would be music, number one. I like for my classroom to have music, to have an element of sound that sounds French. We can go very much back in time and listen to Edith Piaf and Je ne regrette rien et La vie en rose and all of that. And it can be very modern. We have some beautiful pop artists and we have some beautiful hip hop as well. So my students used to love Stroma. Stroma, that is maestro, but the letters are inversed. And Stroma is incredible. He is a wonderful rapper and the kids absolutely love him. Video is something that is very powerful because there is sound and image and aliveness in one document. So it expresses, it touches, it goes right straight to the core of the message, and it goes there very, very fast. I've had students do a presentation through video because maybe they were not ready to present to the classroom in person, but they were able to do it in French in video. I don't know one teacher that does not use YouTube from kindergarten to high school. YouTube has really become a tool. So when I was teaching current events about what is happening in the world right now and why it's relevant to us, I remember using two videos from YouTubers, Casey Neistat, who I think is absolutely wonderful, and Jérôme Jarre, who is a French YouTuber and now entrepreneur, and he has his own charity association now. They're wonderful stories by this generation because they're still very young YouTubers and they are changing the world around them and the world even far away in different continents, and they're doing so through video. Design is taking a huge space in our lives, starting with the wonderful Steve Jobs, who didn't go to school for technology but went to school for the arts and design and drawing, and that was his first passion. And how incredible that he brought us, you know, the iPhone, the baby of technology of our 21st century. Design is a way that the young generation now wants to express themselves with. It starts with the clothing and it starts with the bag that they wear. They can also express that in their learning, whether you're using Word document or you're using Pages or the font that you're going to use or the emoji that you're going to use. All of those have to do with graphic design. It can really give them that extra excitement to write their paper, do that research. One application that I was using was Adobe Voice. So Adobe is the king and queen of design, and they have wonderful applications for everybody. A fantastic tool. It's been fantastic for French. They can practice on their own and then they feel more confident when they come to class. Language is supposed to be spoken first. At least that's my belief, and that's what we do with children. Instagram now has become a generational application. I don't know if there's a lot of students who don't know what Instagram is or that are not on it. It's another tool that teachers can use. I have used it. There are accounts where there is, you know, photos of Paris or photos of France that allows them to see different parts of the Francophone community in the world. It's a place that they know, and it's a place where they can actually do homework on an application that they like and use every day. If their learning of French can continue on Instagram, then I think for me as a teacher, that's great. I don't want to stop that. Children nowadays are also exposed to so much entertainment, because through the internet they can see everything, through YouTube they can see everything, performances, dance, music, all of that. So I think it's very important to bring that liveliness that they're used to in their everyday life, to bring it in class. I think that in the 21st century we're also very mobile, which means that we fly everywhere, we fly for the weekend. So the students that learn a language today usually are students who are going to travel to Quebec, who are going to travel in the world, use their French. So it has to be accessible French. They can read Baudelaire, they can read Victor Hugo, they can read Racine or Molière. But if you're going to experience language through social media, you have to also know how to send a text. The reality is that if you go to Paris next week, you might have to text, you might have to call. And that's a slightly different French than the one in the poems and in the very fine, beautiful, sublime French literature. It has to be lived. It has to be practical first. A language must be lived. Une langue doit être vécue.